We'll continue after these messages.
An outstretched hand is all that it takes. M&M's chocolate candies light up that face. M&M's will always bring a smile. All the world loves M&M's. Pure milk chocolate joy for everyone. You can brighten the day with a special friend when you pour on the M&M's. The milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. And all the world loves M&M's.
Whee! It's me, Snuggle. Here to tell you about Snuggle dryer sheets. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive. I stop static cling. Where do you see? With me, clothes are never, ever staticky. And they're cuddle up fresh. For a snuggly soft wash, try me.
Try Snuggle Fabric Softener and easy to snap off sheets. Snuggly softness that's really less expensive.
A side-by-side comparison. This is an inexpensive car, one of the lowest priced cars in America. And this is a Honda.
Come on! Make way, champ. The men need food. Where's the Ragu pasta meals?
This canned spaghetti.
Joey, these are the guys. I can't feed them kids food. Oh, here we go. All right.
Just zap them in the old microwave.
And we're ready to roll.
Welcome to the big time, kid.
Discovering the hearty taste of all-natural Ragu pasta meals is one of the best things about growing up.
Hey, we cook. We play ball.
Grow up to
Guyver. We'll return after these messages.
Free time. This champ too. Nacho. Chili cheese. Toes.
Take the Legs Sheer Elegance Touch Test and feel the difference. This feels coarse. So silky. That's the silky difference of Legs Sheer Elegance.
In silky support and control top 2.
Ooh, Nestle Toll House cookies.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's be grown up about this. One each, okay? Here, one for you and one for me.
Wrong.
Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies. Everything should be this good.
A double pleasure's waiting for you. A double pleasure from Double Mint Gum. A double great feeling, making you realize Double Mint's the one for you. Double fresh, double smooth, double delicious to chew. A double pleasure is waiting for you. Double Mint Gum. A double pleasure is waiting for you.
Good news, baby.
Now you can wiggle, you can scrunch, be a moving honey bunch. 'Cause now you can't wiggle, wet this out of Love's.
Introducing Love's new Super Baby Pants. Thick diapers can bunch up when they're really wet, but Love's new thin padding can stay put. And once wetness is in, it can't wiggle back out.
No matter how you shimmy, shake, and jiggle, you can't wiggle, wetness out of Love's.
There are rare moments when a motion picture goes beyond mere entertainment to touch something special in the audience, goes beyond the passions of the headlines to become a part of our lives. America is such a motion picture. Witness the victory of the human spirit, the victory of America. Next.
Now, back to our story. We'll return after these messages.
Dentine makes it nicer to be together.
Just the two of us, you and I.
Share that clean, tangy taste. Mouthwash can freshen your breath better than when you're chewing Dentine.
Just the
Daddy's gonna do. We're up at dawn, shibbity-doo-doo-wah. Got our 8 friends on, pa-pa-pa-pa. We're making up the dough. We roll it out, put it in a pan. Nobody makes biscuits like we can. With bacon or sausage, the eggs are fresh. If we say so ourselves, ours are the best.
Take breakfast by the hand with a fresh biscuit sandwich.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Now here's your burger, and
Sometimes brakes can give you a gentle hint that they need a little work.
Take it to Midas.
Over 4 million people have trusted their brakes to Midas. Good price, good guarantee. We won't break you.
Embarrassed. Here she comes. Bad? Super. Litter fresh. Litter fresh, a limit. Huh. Did you give your cat away? No way. I got new Glade Litter Fresh.
Wednesday.
It's a wonderful day.
Look who's snowbound with their favorite girls.
What are we going to do?
Perfect strangers. Then, are the kids ready for Uptown?
What's your sign?
Sagittarius?
No, not you. Him.
Head of the class.
Wednesday. We now continue with our program.
Parent Trap is definitely one of my favorites. It was great fun to do it. People have asked me, what's it like doing it all over again, you know, as if it was sort of like repeating the original experience. And it isn't at all, because it's a new life and it's a new world. And what's happened to these girls in the last 25 years?
And what has happened to Haley since her last Disney film?
The last 10 years have been rather kind of peaceful. You know, I've done a lot of things in the theater that I've really enjoyed, and been able to spend a lot of time with my family.
Haley made her Disney debut at the age of 13 and received a special Oscar for her role in Pollyanna.
it must make you awfully glad.
Glad?
You're so very rich.
She triumphed again 1 year later in The Parent Trap, and as a result, became the world's most famous teenager. A string of Disney hits followed as Haley blossomed into a beautiful young actress.
I was very, very fond of Walt, and he had a very, very nice way with me, with children. You know, had a great kind of element of the child in him that he never lost and never denied. He had a wonderful belief in the good in all human beings, and that is what he wanted to remind people of.
Haley remembered the first time Walt treated her to a day at Disneyland.
First time I went to Disneyland, I went with him. We went to the head of all the queues. And, you know, in fact, we went to the head of the queue for the Matterhorn, and this man came rushing out. Said, "Hey, wait a minute." He said, wait a minute, Buster. Who do you think you are, Walt Disney? And Walt said, "Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I am." And the man shrieked and collapsed into the geraniums.
Hey, looky there! The little lady just pulled up.
Oh, my gosh, look!
Those films that I did for Disney all those years ago were great fun. I think particularly the first two, which is Pollyanna and The Parent Trap, were awfully good films. They were all good. They were all lovely and good for all families to see.
I've tried, Mother. Honestly, I have. But I just don't understand.
Well, darling, it doesn't mean that your father and I didn't love each other. But sometimes, even when people think a lot about each other, they sometimes just don't get on together.
And The Parent Trap related to a subject that an awful lot of children could identify with, and made the children lesser victims of the situation. I've met an awful lot of people since that say, you know, that had a very, you know, strong impact on their lives and on their own situation. And anyway, it's wonderful to meet people who remember you from their own childhood, because it gives you a very special place in their lives.
I was a tremendous Haley fan as a kid. It was really my first crush and my first, wow, you know, a pretty blonde girl. That's interesting. And really was, you know, through the period, especially her Disney years were the same years that I was, you know, had the crush and all of that. So I knew a lot of what evolved into Haley trivia. And when I did the script, I thought it would be really fun to see who else was as obsessed as I had been, and named a lot of the characters and then a lot of the locations and a lot of the places for things either from her other movies or things from her life.
In the original Parent Trap and in Parent Trap 2, Haley appears as twin sisters together in the same scene.
Two?
The term for this bit of movie magic is called a split screenshot. This is a film technique where the same image is shot twice. The double exposure allows Haley to be seen as two characters at the same time.
The problem is, as from the actor's point of view, is that you have, when you're doing the separate sections, because as you know, you film one side of the screen like this, and then you rush off and change and get another hairdo and another frock on, and then you film the other side of the screen, is that you instead of having the complete area to work in, you only have half. So you can't suddenly make an expansive gesture like that because your arm's cut off. If you're not careful, you become more bogged down with the technical side of it than actually what's happening in the scene. Whenever I work with children in front of the camera, I'm always reminded of my own childhood in front of the camera, and they enjoy what they do as much as I did. The first difference that comes to mind is that child actors were expected to remain children for longer, probably, than was actually natural. Whereas now, children are expected to play parts that are too mature too soon. In my case, my childhood was definitely very protracted. Not such a bad thing, really. I mean, when you think you've grown up forever. I would like to say how very, very fortunate I feel I've been. It will always remain a very, very special experience that I'm very grateful for.
And now something special just for you, the Disney Sunday Movie Sneak Preview.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference